Okay, so area of a rectangle.
Yes, ma'am.
In an area of a, well, okay, let me see if I can find it in here. Pythagoras. That's a geometry thing. So, identifying perimeter and area on a grid. Let's see what that is. Okay, what about this? Is this something? This is just perimeter and area. I don't think that's the same thing you were asking about. Let me keep going.
Yes, ma'am.
Choosing metric. Oh, obtuse. Okay. I do not. Volume of a rectangular prism. Nope. Classifying. Nope. I know it's in the geometry. Area. Nope. Okay, that's the end of it. So let me go to this one in level 2. See if I can find it here. So you said area of a understanding. Maybe that's not the name of it. Fractional part of a circle. Mixed
I know. Oh no, that's the wrong one.
Well, let's see. Another place where I can look for it.
Send you a picture of it.
Okay, that's fine. But I'm going to look for it in the book. Okay, go back to the top. Let me go here as a student. Click here. And go to the textbook, ebook. And just go to geometry and see what it is. Sometimes when you can't find something. Let me go here. Chapter 7. And let's see if I can... medical applications, lines and angles, triangles, perimeter, circumference, and area. So let me go to that chapter. Okay, so here it's telling me, I do know that the area of a parallelogram, the parallelogram is shaped like this. And it's going to be the length of the bottom, like whatever this is, times the actual height. Now the height goes from the bottom to the top. So there might be a line in there like this. It's never this times this. So it has to be a vertical line. It has to be a horizontal line and a vertical line. Sometimes they may have a line outside like that. All right, so if you had a number here that was 5 and a number here that was 8, that means from the bottom to the top, that parallelogram measures 8. And then the base of it is 5. And so you would just do 5 times 8. But it can't, you would never use the slanted side, the slanted diagonal side. You need to look for a vertical side for the parallelogram. Of course, for the rectangle, this piece right here because it's already going straight down, then you do say the length times the width, and the area is just L times W. L times W. Same thing for the square. It's bottom, you're always looking for a horizontal line and a vertical line on these four-sided shapes. The only one that's different is the trapezoid, because the top and the bottom are 2 separate sizes. And so you would have to add these 2 sizes up first. on the trapezoid. And then, so it would be like base 1 plus base 2. So that's the bottom plus the top. You would add those up and then multiply it by the height, which is a line going straight up. Oh Lord. They call it the altitude sometimes, but times the height. And then you would have to also divide it by 2. But that's the only one. It's this one. This is the only one that's different. But I don't think you get to that in this class. All right. So you said the area.
Yeah, I just emailed you 2 of them, Miss Dree.
Okay. So these are all find the perimeter. All right. So like right here, look at this concept right here. Is this what you're talking about?
No, ma'am. I had just emailed you 2 of them.
Okay. Let me find it then. Let's move this down. Go to my email. I heard it come through. Inbox. Okay. All right, so here's one. Okay. All right, so looking at this, make it go full screen. Okay, find the area of the following rectangle. All right, so basically you're going to say 11 over 12 times 5 over 12. So you would do 11 over 12 times 5 over 12. Now the thing about fractions is that you multiply the top. 11 times 5 is 55. And then you multiply the bottom. 12 times 12 is 144. And then you see if you can reduce it. All right, so both of these cannot be reduced because this is an odd number and this is an even number. They don't have anything in common. But that's basically what you do when you have fractions. And it says to write in simplest form. If you're not sure, a 55, like this, we know for a fact this is 12 times 12, 11 times 12. The 12 and the 11 and the 5, they don't have anything in common. You could see like 11 and 12 didn't have anything in common. 5 and 12 don't have anything in common. I mean, there's no commonalities. There's no greatest common factor or least common factor. So this is simplest form. Okay. So let me pull up the next one that you have. And let's move this out of the way. The next problem. Let me see that. Let's go to full screen. Okay. All right. So you see this dashed line? That's what I was talking about. That is, you're going to do the base, the one, this length right here. So these two will be the same size. At the top, it says 14 centimeters. And you never ever use the slanted side. Always use the one going straight up. It'll have a little rectangle with it. That lets you know that is the full height of the rest of the length of it. All right, so that would be 14 times 13 centimeters. And I'm putting the centimeters in there because when you multiply things like this, it becomes, instead of saying centimeters times centimeters, we just raise it to the second power. And then basically you're just going to do 14 times 13 using your calculator. You will get 182 centimeters square centimeters. And that's it. You never use the slanted side for a parallelogram. Always use the one that goes straight up from the bottom to the top. So yeah, that's the thing about the area of a parallelogram. All right, so there was, oh, that's not what I wanted to do. There were some things that Alex said that you guys were having issues with. And one of them was this: decimal place values, hundreds, tens, and thousands. So it says, look at the question. It says to find the digits in the ones place. Well, first of all, you got to know where that is. And so what I would like, what you need to do is make sure you know this, how this works. All right. So if you have a number with a decimal, right to the left of the decimal, that's your ones. And then the tens, see, you just have to imagine if there wasn't a 3, then this will be a 2-digit number. A 2-digit number is a tens, and a 3-digit number is a hundreds. That's to the left. All right, to the right, it skips the ones altogether. It goes tenths. And notice that they have a TH at the end of it. TH. So that way you know you're on the right side of the decimal. All of these have THs. So right next to it would be the tenth, and then the hundredth. And you have to think about it. If this were a 1, tenths would look like a 10. Hundreds would look like you have two zeros. 1 0, 1 number. 2 zeros, 100. 3 zeros, 1,000. See how it's matching up with the actual 1,000? 1,000, 1,000, and then 10,000. So if that helps you to remember, then that's the way it works. But when it has the TH on it, they're talking about on the right side of the decimal. Okay, so then it said which one is in the ones place? Well, the 5. Okay, and then it says find the digit in the hundredth. So that would be this. And in the thousandth. And that would be this one. 5, 8, and 5. So it's once you have your little grid, and I recommend you writing it down, 110, ones, decimal, 10th, 100, 1,000, 10,000, and then you just spread your number out. So if we had this, let me copy this down. Let's see if I can. Let's go tool. Let me use my camera. See if it's gonna let me use it. Camera area. And I want to copy just that little grid. Oops. Yikes. That is so okay. Go there. Go there. Okay, so I'm gonna copy that. Alright, so I'm gonna go to show me another. Okay, so here it says find the digits in the hundreds place. So I'm going to put the paste right here. Will it let me? Control V? Nope, it didn't let me. Dang. It said to find it in the, this is 842.6095. So they're looking for 100, 10th, 10,000. So the 100, of course, would be the 8. So the 100 would be the 8. The 10th is to the right of the decimal. That's a 6. And 10,000. So 10,000 would look like this. Wait, that's 100,000. 10,000 would look like this. So I would have to go 1, 2, 3, 4 places past the decimal. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would be the 5. That's the way you handle it. It's super easy. I know they don't show it to you like that. They do tell you to write out the grid, though. I mean, you really do need to keep this grid.